They thought that everything that you had put forth to do for God was going to be out of there. But God says, I have a plan for you. You know, he has plans to prosper you, to have good success, as it says in Jeremiah 29:11. Y'all know that verse, right? If not, look it up for yourself. God has plans for you. Your enemies thought they had more plans for you. They thought that their plans would go and succeed over God's plans. And that's crazy, right? Because listen, you cannot exceed the plans of God when he already made it. It's already made. It's in the book of life. It's already there. They already be saying you weird because you call yourself the chosen one. But y'all already know they talked about Jesus. My God, they all talked about Jesus. They talked about him, but he was the one. They said he was not the one. See, many of you guys have been around people who really thought that it wasn't nothing for you. It was nothing about you that was very special. That's why they pushed the agenda of the black sheep up on your life, because they felt like it wasn't nothing about you. They really tried to make it seem like the life that you live in wasn't nothing. But God says, I have made you completely and totally in my image. He made you in his image and likeness, fearfully and wonderfully made. It all was already placed in you. You just had to find out that it was there. It's always been there. Whatever gifts you have has always been there. See, many of your enemies have already seen these things. They knew what was going on in your life. They knew that you were called. They knew, some of them knew. And it was all in their agenda to try to stop you, block you, shape you, or break you. But we already know they can't do that. That would never happen. They didn't know that God was going to push you forward. They didn't think that you were going to be sprung forth, as he said in his word. I'm springing you forth. Yeah, you may be down and out. You may have been low. You may have been in a place of like, no, I can't get there. I can't go where I need to go. You may have been very low, and you may have been filled with anxiety, grief, sadness, pain, destruction. Maybe all of that did hit you, but you knew who to call to, and God knew exactly what to do. He knew what time to come, because y'all know God's timing ain't like ours. God's timing is different, and when he comes, baby, you better know he's coming for that enemy of yours. Let me say that. And let me say this. If you ever thought that something was going to happen to you when you felt like your life was in fear, like you were fearing for your life and something was going to happen, God says, I already went forth to that situation and cleared it out for you regardless of what take place. Trust me and believe me, it's not going to go as bad as your enemies would like it to go. It's going to turn out better, because all things work together for the good of them that love God and who are called according to his plan and purpose. We already know that. They need to get in the know. Like, we need to let them they finding out though, because trust and believe, they gonna find out the hard way. Yes, just like when God called you and some of you guys ran and said, I'm not doing it, or I can't preach in front of these people, I can't sing, I can't do this. Some of you guys were very shy, you're introverts. Some of y'all are just like, I can't, very timid, very demure, like just to yourself, Some of you guys are like that, but God says, even though you were like that, I always put something in you to get you to where you were going. And he's definitely putting in that fire. I told you guys the other day that God is rekindling the fire of the Holy Spirit within you to make you bold, to make you stand up for yourself. Because some of y'all, like I said, you were very demure. You were very cutesy, just let me just sit here and do. No, he's putting a boldness in you so that you can stand up for yourself and stand up for your family. That song, it says, what is that? It says, you can't have my family. This means war. That's it right there. You gotta get up and get crunk like that. It's like, baby, when you talking and you speaking those things of God against the enemy, you speaking life over yourself, you gotta have boldness. This is why God says, I have to rekindle the fire within you and give you the boldness, because that's exactly how I am. Y'all know God don't play when it comes to his people. He gonna stand up and stand out, and he's really gonna speak boldly. Whatever it is that happens, he's gonna speak boldly, and you gonna know it was him. And that's what's happening with your enemies. They gonna know for a fact that it's God that is working in your life, that God is doing a new thing in your life, that they could never stop you at all, and it wasn't gonna happen in the first place, period. And y'all know there's a way that seems right to man, but see, to God it's not like that. Sometimes men will see you in a different way. They will think that what you look like and the way that you were raised looks like you're not the type of person that God would use. The way that the way that you were in your past, it just seems like that ain't the person that God would use or consider chosen. But it seems right to man that this person may feel as though, everything that is going on in their life, because they feel blessed, because the things are going right in their life, everything seems good. It seems like it's the right thing. But God says, I allowed your situation to look like it looks because I want people to think that you're not the one, so they won't be just around you just to be using you. Some of y'all, they've been using you for a while. Some of y'all, they knew that they could use you, but they'd rather count you out. They'd rather count you out so other people won't see what God is doing in you, that you are called. I mean, it's different. It is different, baby. When I tell you, God is about to do some amazing things in you, to let everybody know that he is real, that he is the God of all the earth. Like when I tell you, everything is shifting, and we have to understand that, of course, the enemy uses people. The enemy himself may try to choose you to come after you. It's gonna seem like that's what's happening, but God has already turned that thing around. Type in the comments, God turned it around. God, he turned it. Type in the comments, he turned it. See, God already turned that thing around. So when you get news that's bad news to you, when people start to mistreat you and it looks like everybody is rejecting you, when it feels like you're not gonna get the job, you're not gonna get the car, the home, whatever it is, or that your family's not gonna do right, when it starts to look like that, God says, I already turned it. I already moved this situation around for you. It is different. It is gonna come out looking completely different than what they thought. Because I'm telling y'all, we've been talking about David a lot this month. This is David's month, okay? Over here, this is David's month, okay? So with David, remember, they looked at him and thought that he was too scrawny. He was too skinny. He was too small to fight the battle, to even fight the giant, because of course his brothers, they was big and tall in stature, and they were afraid for their lives. But David, baby, when the boldness of God came in David, he knew just to get that slingshot and use what he been using when he was in this quiet secret place, okay? He knew what to do, and that's the thing about you. People looked at you and thought that just because of what you went through and how people counted you out, because you were not around everybody else when everybody else was doing things, because you wasn't at that church house every Sunday, they thought that there was something that they thought that you were not the one. But God says, I'm rekindling the fire in you. I'm putting a boldness in you so that you can be used by me, so that people can know that I am the God who uses you. I am the God who created you. I don't care what it looks like. And y'all know already with Jesus, remember, he was only the carpenter to those that knew him. See, many of you guys, God's been pushing you to move, okay? He's been pushing you to move out the way, move or change locations, whatever. Move jobs, because people around you know you as the old person. They know you as the old you. But I told you God is doing a new thing in you, and some people can't be around you because they will still look at you as that little old. I heard you got that little job. I heard you got a little business now. You know, everything that, I heard you got a little car now, okay? Whatever. They gonna consider it little. They gonna look at it as though it's nothing, because they know you, because they've seen you at your worst. That's what I'm telling you. God is creating a new whole scenery for you. He's placing things in front of you that other people can't see. He's placing you in front of people that really will know that he is using you in this season and in this whole entire life. Let me just not say season, because baby, God is using you in your whole life. Your whole life has been a testimony already. He's already turned that thing around. So like I said, when you get that bad news, never consider that God ain't with you. Never try to reconsider that he's not with you, because he is. Never try to consider what the enemy places in your mind to make you think that it ain't right. Because like I said, it's the way that seems right to man. So what man would see is that, okay, you don't have the money to pay that car note. You don't have, you don't have the stability to stay where you're at, to even move. You don't have the resources. It looks right to man because that's what they're expecting. But don't you know there are some people that God moved and they didn't have a dime, but he actually provided for them. And that's what's happening. God is providing. He's bringing provision to your life, okay? He's bringing that provision because he already know what it do. I told you, when he sets things in front of you so that your enemies can see it, that is that table being prepared for you. They need to see this. This is the time that they're going to see and know that God is real. See, God wants to make it known that he's real in your life so that he can show you off. He's showing you off so that he can get the glory. So don't you forget to give him the glory, because that's what he wants. I'm giving you this so that you can allow my glory to shine up in your life, so that other people can know that I am your God, okay? He wants to give you double for the trouble that you went through. He wants to show you off and let your enemies know, baby, they are the chosen ones. Big period.